Hello and welcome to the Film Pulse Podcast. This is episode number 510. My name's Adam Patterson. With me today, we've got Kevin Rakestraw. Hey, Kevin.
Hello.
This week on the show, we're going to be talking about Handling the Undead. We're also going to be talking about some of what we've been watching on the watch list and this week's new releases in theaters, VOD, and Blu-ray. Thank you so much for joining us this week. Go ahead and hop on into our review. Yeah, again, we're talking about Handling the Undead. This is co-written and directed by Thea Vistendahl. The other writer credited here is John Bede Lindquist. I have a synopsis here. On a hot summer day in Oslo, the dead mysteriously awaken and three families are thrown into chaos when their deceased loved ones come back to see them. Who are they? And what do they want?
Who are they?
I think that the first part of that sentence answers the question that they're their loved ones.
Who are they? It's not this isn't a mystery.
Yeah,
like you know who they are almost immediately. No surprises.
Kevin, what were your initial impressions of Handling the Undead?
So I think this was both on our anticipated list, or was it just mine?
It was on both, I think. I'm fairly certain.
Written by the guy that did Let the Right One In, right?
Yep. He
also wrote Border, which I think you enjoyed, if I remember correctly.
I did. It's a little... I enjoyed it. It's a little weird. A little out there.
Okay. All right. Man, I don't know what to say. This is like one of the worst movies I've ever seen. This was like a complete waste of time.
Just to cut you off, complete misfire. This one, I found this movie to be unbelievably boring to the point of like just wanting to tear out my eyes because I was just so bored by it.
Yeah, 100%. Nothing happens. Yeah. Absolutely nothing.
This is a complete no burn of a film. It's sort of like a meditation on grief and loss, I think, but it just doesn't really have anything interesting to say. And the premise in and of itself, we've seen before. I think there was like a TV show where this happened, where like,
yeah, there's that French.
Yeah.
I think it was called They Came Back or something like that. I forget. Like, I watched some of that.
Same here. I don't think I saw the whole thing, but yeah, like that. It reminded me of that. And then there's also a movie called Terrified that came out like a few years ago. And it was by the same guy that did that one movie that we liked a lot.
The Evil Lurks.
Yeah.
Is that?
When Evil Lurks or something.
Yeah.
So that movie has some like kind of zombie like child stuff it felt very reminiscent of when the main character's son came back. But the difference is that Terrified is actually a horror movie and it is like shit your pants scary. Whereas this,
okay,
I don't think it was trying to like scare you or anything, but I do think it was trying to unsettle you, and I don't think that it really worked in that regard. The most unsettling thing that I found in this, there were two things. One, the toothbrush that the main character uses is so matted that it like triggered me very much to see someone using a toothbrush that was that matted. And two, the scene when the grandpa, when he was cleaning the bathtub after giving the kid the bath, that was really gross, and that gave me the willies. Those were like the only two things.
Yeah, this honestly elicited like no reaction from me whatsoever, outside of just sleep. I just wanted to sleep.
It is,
and then like towards the end of this movie, like the anger started to increase, because I think I reached a point. The way that I look at it is, you get past a certain point of like turning it off and moving on with your life. And I think I was past that point where I was like, well, I've already come this far. I might as well see like maybe something happens at the end. And every moment from that point where nothing happened, the anger just increased. So it was a very weird state to be in because it was anger rising, but also eyelids getting heavy and just wanting to sleep at the same time.
Yeah.
But like, I don't even know what this is. Like you could say it's a meditation, but it doesn't have anything to say. Like, it doesn't seem to explore anything because no one talks, no one does anything. There's just dead people.
That's the most infuriating thing. Is it's 3 separate families, but it might as well just be one because it's the same thing for all of them.
Yes, they're all doing exactly the same thing.
They're like, what's the point in the 3 families? It's not like we learn much about them. It's not like there's any kind of like the only emotional strings that are being pulled here are the fact that they're loved ones who had passed away, and you have grieving families, and they're back, and that is exhibited the same way with all 3 families, and the backstories are so like non-existent that, you know, it doesn't really matter if one is like a boy and one is like a mom and then the other one is like an old lady. Like, it doesn't matter. It's all the same. Nobody, like you said, nobody talks. They just like try to take care of these zombies, and they don't seem to just accept the fact that these are zombies, that these are not their loved ones. These are just husks of who they used to be.
Yeah.
Like, there's not even a question here.
Exactly.
There's not a question of like, oh, is my son in there? Is he back? Like, no. Like, no. He's dead. Like, they don't even act like they're alive. They don't talk. They just like make noises and stand around.
It doesn't even do anything. You can't. And I mean, maybe they just cut that part out, because I was gonna say they don't even interact with them really all that much.
No,
outside of just like trying to clean them, because like, what? Oh, great! I have a dead person I have to clean now.
Yeah, like the one lady tries
like
to feed
a futile task.
Tries to feed the other one.
Yeah, why? She's dead. Why are you trying to feed her?
And
fucking wasting
and there's
food.
like that one scene when the mom like starts sniffing the boy, like he stinks. Like, yeah, he stinks. He's a rotting corpse. Of course he stinks.
What? People are dumb as shit. God.
Yeah, I just don't get it. And I do not get it.
I just at a certain point, I just wanted to like yell at the screen. Just do something. Just fucking do something. And then like one of them eats somebody, and you're like, too late.
Hey,
sorry.
yeah.
Like, that's unoriginal. Like, cool, you ate someone. You couldn't have guessed that.
Also, like the scene. This is a minor spoiler, but there's a scene when one of the characters kills a rabbit, and that scene lasts way too long. I feel like the husband could have easily got the rabbit out of her hands. And it's like she's sitting there strangling this rabbit for like a full minute, and he's just standing there like an idiot.
He's like, stop it.
That made me mad. Like that was a very infuriating scene.
Yeah, it's like, don't strangle the rabbit. She's not going to listen. She's dead.
Yeah.
Jesus.
When are you going to get it through your head, people, that these are not your loved ones?
They're fucking dead people. You don't even seem that interested that they're back, to be honest. Like, if, you know, it's so, like, the emotional, like...
It's dead.
The emotional response...
You might say this whole movie is dead.
Like, the emotional response from all of these characters is just, like, an absolute flatline. There's nothing. Like, there's nothing in anyone. Like, I don't know who's dead and who's not. The only way that I could tell that someone was dead and not dead is the terrible makeup. That was the only thing that differentiated the people.
Yeah. It was so dry. This movie was just unbelievably dry. I was not feeling it all. The whole time I just kept thinking of that TV show, which is funny because I think I saw like maybe 1 or 2 episodes of it, and I remember barely anything, but I still was thinking to myself, oh, I think that show is probably better than this. Like,
much better.
Like handled the idea of your loved ones coming back like in a better way. I think I remember them like talking about like how they're gonna deal with the people that are buried. Because I thought about that, like, you know, the obviously the grandfather digs up the grandson and everything, but what about other people? Like, are there just
fucking they're just in the coffins. Just
yeah, I mean,
but then again, like, they don't really do anything.
Yeah,
so
they probably wouldn't even try to get out. They would just wake up and just lay there.
That's it.
Well,
Les Revenants is the name of the French one. It was bothering me trying to remember.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, it was on Netflix. Yeah, I would say just watch that instead. Like, I think that you could probably get a lot more out of that show than this movie. You have to, right? Like, you have to.
Well, and literally, I got to think, between reading the synopsis here and then watching the trailer, I think that handles it. Like, I don't think there's... I didn't even watch the trailer to this movie, but I gotta assume, because there's not much in this movie, I gotta assume the trailer probably goes over it pretty concisely.
Well, and that is the frustrating thing, is that the trailer pretty much shows all of the interesting pieces of this movie, specifically like that end scene when you actually have like a zombie attack occur. Like, that's in the trailer. So,
well, there you go.
There's just nothing you even need to. This is like a completely unnecessary movie. I think I see what they were trying to go with here, but man, like that just
they just forgot to add.
It just doesn't work.
Of
like
importance.
The emotional weight is not
like,
there.
Yeah, I feel like this is just a rough outline.
Yeah.
And then they just forgot to like add everything to
it. Yeah, I hated this movie. This is a 1 for me.
I hated this so much, and I hate it even more talking about it, because not only did it waste my time while I was watching it, it now wasted another portion of my day talking about it. You know what I mean? Like, I've dedicated too much fucking time to Handling the Undead.
Well, let's move on from it, shall we? Talk about some of what we've been watching. I think that it is my turn this week. I saw a lot of really interesting stuff this week.
Good, because I saw one movie.
Okay. I'll start things off with Hamburger Dad. This is from 2003.
What?
Hamburger Dad.
Yep, sure.
It's directed by Kevin Clark and Will Long. It's about a guy who wakes up and he discovers that he's a hamburger, and he has to try to make his life work as a hamburger. And eventually he gets fired from his job because he's having a really hard time doing his work as a hamburger. His wife leaves him. But all of these horrible things help him become a better dad and become a better father to his son, and the two of them grow closer to one another as a result. So, it's a feel-good movie. But I enjoyed this. It was originally a short film by the same duo, and then they decided to make it into a feature. It's only 52 minutes long, but I liked it. It's got that kind of super indie early 2000s vibe. I mean, it's like feels like it's shot on a. I think it's shot on digital high 8 or something. But I had a good time with it. Hamburger Dad, you can check it out on Vimeo.
What when he's in his hamburger state? What's that entail?
He's just a hamburger.
Is it just like a legit
It's just a
hamburger
legit hamburger. Yeah.
that just like move around?
No, he doesn't.
Or is it just like stationary?
Nope, he doesn't move around. He just stays there.
But he talks.
I mean, he can
able
move
to
around.
talk.
You just don't really see him do it that much.
Gotcha. Probably takes a lot of energy.
Yeah, I mean, like climbing up on the couch and stuff is difficult, I think. There's a whole scene where he still uses the bathroom for some reason. Like, I'm not sure how it all works anatomically, but there is a scene where he's using the bathroom and accidentally falls into the toilet.
No.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Hamburger Dad.
Yeah. I don't know. This seems like one that you might like. It's just
It's stupid.
Yeah,
as hell.
it's definitely
I'm intrigued.
It's definitely like kind of one of those absurd, super low budget American indies that I think you kind of like.
I also just appreciate it after talking about handling the undead. Just what better thing to wash the palate,
Exactly.
so to speak, than to hit me with a fucking hamburger, Dad.
Yep.
Thank goodness for people like that.
Do you want me to do two and then you can do your one?
Yeah, hit me with what do you follow? How are you following up Hamburger
Well,
Dad?
it's an interesting one. I'm following up Hamburger Dad with Ebola Syndrome from 1996.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm telling you, man, this week has been a very interesting week for me.
Your fucking life, I tell you.
This is directed by Herman Yao, and it stars Anthony Wong. And it's about a guy who... He's just this horrible piece of shit. And he ends up killing... So he's sleeping with this married woman. And the husband comes home and catches the two of them. And the husband gets his, like, friends together, and they start to beat him up, and then he kills them all. Basically, he kills 3 people. So he kills the woman, and then the husband, and then I think it was her friend or something. Anyway, he flees to South Africa and starts working in a Chinese restaurant in South Africa, and he goes with the owner to get cheap pigs for the restaurant, and they go to this like little village, and it turns out that this village is overrun with Ebola. There's so much Ebola happening in this, and he assaults a woman in this village, and he ends up contracting the Ebola virus, but turns out he's immune to it, and he doesn't realize it, but he's got Ebola, and he starts spreading it everywhere. Like he's just such a gross asshole that he's just spreading Ebola everywhere. And then he ends up killing more people, and once he finds out that he has Ebola, then he starts like trying to infect people with the Ebola by like spitting on them and stuff. It's crazy. It's a crazy movie. This is directed by the guy who did The Untold Story. So you should have an idea if you remember The Untold Story, which I'm sure you do.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Yeah, you can't forget. It's not that bad. It's not as bad as The Untold Story, but it's interesting because it's the same. Anthony Wong was the lead guy in that movie too. And this one is a little bit lighter. It's very darkly comedic. There's quite a few moments in here that are played for laughs, but hard to laugh when it's about a guy trying to spread Ebola to people. Mm-hmm. But fortunately, it's kind of so cheesy that it's not really to be taken seriously to begin with. But I actually found it to be entertaining in sort of a grim and twisted way. So, I give Ebola Syndrome a light recommend. It's pretty gross.
Unbelievable.
Ebola Syndrome. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
I just don't understand how we're doing Handling the Undead, Hamburger Dad, Ebola Syndrome, and then my movie is Perfect Days from Wim Wenders. Just what a
roller coaster this week, huh?
What's that? That's a wild ride, buddy. Wild ride. I think Perfect Days is probably the opposite of Ebola Syndrome.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's safe to say. To me, Perfect Days, great, wonderful fucking movie. Perfect Sunday afternoon. That's the wrong day. You can't watch this on Saturday.
No.
Don't. This is a Sunday afternoon.
This is a lounging movie. This is a lazy Sunday movie.
Oh boy. You had the heat wave here, had this bad boy on in the afternoon, fan running. Oh my goodness. Pretty much loved every single thing about this. The only thing that was kind of annoying in the beginning was his coworker. That guy was annoying as shit. And then they got rid of him and everything just got so much better.
I didn't mind him. He was annoying, but that was just a character.
Yeah. Annoying as shit. Bothering me. Because it's just such a wonderful pace to this movie. It's, it's just day to day, very simple, routine, a life that I would like to have, minus the loneliness part. But just cleaning toilets, hanging out, reading, eating, listening to music. That's about it. That's all he was doing. Growing trees.
Mm-hmm. He had a good life. He had a simple life.
Did. Simple.
Yeah.
So simple. Such a simple movie, but man.
This one really worked for me too. This ended up being one of my top movies of the year. I absolutely loved it. So right there with you.
I agree with you. So making up for the Godzilla minus one. Is it -1 or -0?
-1?
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. All right, keeping the weird movie, keeping the roller coaster going. I'll talk about Straight to Hell by Alex Cox from 1987.
God damn. Dude.
Now this movie is a Western that stars Cy Richardson, Joe Strummer, Dick Rude, and Courtney Love as a group of bank robbers who end up in this really weird town where it's like they're out of time. It's like they're in this, like, I don't know. It's like they go back into the Wild West times, and all of these people are like outlaws in this little town, and they all love coffee. Like they're all obsessed with coffee for some reason. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And yeah, it's just about this group and how they interact with the people in this town, and like some of them fall in love, and some of them they end up getting in fights, and there's people getting killed, and then there's other gangs that come, and there's shootouts. None of it makes any sense at all. It is completely incoherent. Like this movie it's a mess. Man, it is just all over the place. Alex Cox is just throwing everything at this. It seems like they didn't even have like any kind of outline. It basically just seemed like he got a bunch of his friends together and they went out to a set in the desert and were just like, let's just put some squibs on and pretend to shoot each other, get drunk, and party.
Yeah.
This movie also features the Pogues are in it. You know that one song called Salsa y Ketchup? Ever hear that song?
Probably.
Well, that's from this movie, which I think is interesting because I'm sure you probably have heard the song. It's by, what's his name? I can't remember his name. No, I can't remember it.
Xander Schloss.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. So that guy's in it. Elvis Costello's in it.
Oh, wait. Oh, this is... Oh, finally. Oh, sorry. The Mr. Dibbs.
That's where I first. That must be where I heard because when
Yep.
when they play the song, I was like, I know this song. Like I've heard this song before, but I couldn't remember where I heard it before.
There you go.
That's it. Yeah, Elvis Costello's in it.
Hard.
Dennis Hopper's in it. Grace Jones, Jim Jarmusch. Weird cast. Very weird cast. Weird movie. Didn't like it. Wasn't a big fan of it. It was just too all over the place. It was not very entertaining to me. You have a lot of, people who are not really actors in this, like just trying, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I can't really recommend Straight to Hell. All right, the last one that I'll talk about is called Exhuma. This is directed by Jang Jae-hong. This is a South Korean horror movie that is about a group of paranormal experts who are hired to figure out what's going on with this newborn in this rich family. Basically, the grandfather, the father, the son, and now the grandson they've all been plagued with these horrible nightmares when they go to sleep. Whenever they close their eyes, they hear screaming. So this group of paranormal experts, one's a geomancer. There's a lot of geomancy happening in this movie.
Get the hell out of here. You don't see a lot of movies about
You do
geomancy.
not. And there is a lot about geomancy in this movie. Like learning about where perfect grave plots are supposed to be, how they're like where they need to be facing, soil composition, how deep they get buried, all that stuff. It's all in here. So you have a geomancer.
So they're taking geo.
And there's more than one geomancer too.
Get the hell out of
There's a
here.
couple geomancers in this movie.
They're taking geomancy seriously in this movie.
And then the female lead, she's a shaman. So you have a shaman in here as well. This movie's awesome. Like it was just right up my alley. As far as like I like movies involving teams investigating things, especially if they're of the paranormal variety. And it was just a badass movie. It was really intriguing. Like it seems like that they uncovered the mystery, but it was only halfway over, and I'm like, wait a minute, what's going on here? And then they go down into the next level, and you're just like, oh man, it's much crazier than we all thought. But it's
nice.
great. I really hope that they make a sequel to this. I would love to see this team come back to do another case. It would be perfect for a sequel.
Nice. No, this sounds good.
Yeah, I think you'll like it. It's on Shudder, so you can check it out there.
Okay. I love any time a movie finishes, essentially finishes, and you're like, well, fuck, there's still like half a movie left. What are you going to do now?
It's in this too, when they uncover like the new, like what the second half entails, you're just like, oh, like I'm not going to give anything away, but you're just like, oh shit.
Oh man. Oh boy.
Yeah, it's
you got some movies doing two things in its runtime.
yeah.
Where Handling the Undead didn't do a goddamn thing for an hour and a half.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where I'll end it. I'll end it on a high note with Exhuma. All right. Let's take a look at what we have in theaters this week. We got A Quiet Place Day 1. They're still trying with this one, huh? Still moving forward
It's a
with
franchise,
this one.
buddy.
Yeah. I have no desire to see this, actually.
I don't either, really.
It's not like I don't like the franchise. It's just like I don't know. I feel like I got everything I needed to get out of it.
Yeah, I just don't know how it, like, I think it's kind of set in stone. Like, I don't know how you can build off of this franchise. Like, you're kind of trapped.
Yep, guess that's why they're doing the prequel. All right, we also have Horizon and American Saga Chapter 1.
Oh, yeah?
This is the Kevin Costner one.
Oh, yep. There you go.
That's pretty much it for theaters. VOD this week. Got Furiosa, a Mad Max saga coming out on the 24th. The 24th. There's no way. The 24th is Monday. That can't be right. We got The Boy and the Heron. That's the Studio Ghibli one. I'd recommend that, definitely. The Watchers. Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2. That was in theaters for some reason. Really? Unbelievable.
Sure. Why not?
We have Longing, starring Richard Gere.
Richard Gere back.
We got Revival 69, the concert that rocked the world. Oh, we lost Greg.
Craig said, nope, thank you.
So let me try to get him back in. Okay. We have The Devil's Bath. Then we got Hard Home. I Am Celine Dion. All right. Got Reunion. The Black Wealth. Arena Wars. It's Not Over. Hopeless. Dream Therapy. Gassed Up. Looks like Purple Rain is getting a re-release. And then Psalm, Cup of Salvation. They're really pumping out those Psalm movies. You know, that's a documentary that I didn't think would turn into a franchise.
I don't know. What is it?
Psalm?
I don't know what it is.
About the sommeliers.
Don't know.
There's like at least 3 of them. I don't know how many there are total, but at least 3.
Wow.
I saw the first one, and it was good, but I don't know why we need that many Psalm movies.
Well, yeah, you know, it's a complicated thing.
Yeah.
You can't cover everything in one documentary.
Guess not. On Netflix this week, we have A Family Affair. Got Drawing Closer, and we got Juan Piz Gonzalez, the People's President. On, let's see, Amazon Prime, got nothing. Hulu, let's see, we got Diane von Furstenberg, Woman in Charge. On Shudder, got The Devil's Bath coming out. Blu-ray this week, we got The Case of the Bloody Iris from 1972. We got Matinee coming out in 4K from 1993. Love that movie. The Shout Factory one. Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire, Purple Rain. So in 4K, we got Mr. and Mrs. Smith from 1941. Like I have another sneeze coming.
Oh, yeah. Bring it.
They always come in pairs for me.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's always 2 of them.
2 of them.
Riddle of Fire. Yeah, The Guyver from 1991. The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Got Monkey Man. Brooklyn 45. Act of Violence from 1948. Game of Pleasure. The largest computer gaming firm in the country has just completed its latest and possibly greatest virtual reality game, Pleasure. But the erotic program has a deadly computer virus that meshes the realms of reality and fantasy when its host Vixen takes the player into a journey through the senses.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that...
It always sounds like it's going to be good time, but it's not going
I
to
don't
be.
think it is.
I bet you.
I'm still a little bit curious because I do like 90s tech movies, but yeah, that one probably.
What's this called again?
Game of Pleasure from 1998.
Game of Pleasure.
I also want to make sure that it's not, because like Vinegar Syndrome does release some like porn, so I want to make sure that it's not porn.
Well, we got the first review of softcore porn by the way of Windows 95 screensaver.
All right, well,
So you got that.
now I'm a little bit torn because I'm not really interested in softcore porn, but the screensaver aspect. At any rate, we also have Houseboat Horror from 1989. China O'Brien 1 and 2 coming out. The Underground Railroad, The Old Ones, Without Name from 2016, Supermarked from 1974, Black Road from 2022, Homework from 1982, The House of Seven Corpses from 1974, Vacation from 2010. Factory 25's putting that out.
All right.
I liked Vacation.
Yeah?
Yeah. A Cadaver Christmas in 2011. What else? What we got on Criterions this week?
Well, we got the Underground Railroad. Barry
Oh,
Jenkins.
I already said that, damn it. I didn't know.
You already did, but
I didn't know that was a
reiterating.
Criterion.
It's fine. Hey, it's fine. It's fine. You know, it got mentioned twice, and then Blue Velvet, David Lynch, Blue Velvet.
Very nice. Very nice.
That's your two.
All right. I think that's going to do it for this week. Thank you so much for listening. You can send us your questions and topics to podcast@filmpulse.net. And if you could, consider giving us a review on your podcast platform of choice. For Kevin Rakestraw, my name's Adam Patterson. We'll see you next week.